you remember your dorm days?
Yes.
All of you remember all the things we did in the halls, all we did in the rec room. And you remember we were called Jessies. Listen closely and see if you have some fun memories. Hi, Jessie, what do you know? Are your spirits dragging? Are you feeling low? If so, come on and sing with us. Listen to tales from years gone by, and soon your spirits will start to fly. I have one of those tales from 1965 to tell, when all the freshman girls on the annex of Terrell decided to put as many girls as they possible on a bed during 15-minute study hall break. We got 28 girls, and the bed frame bent. I was number 23. What did we do? We turned ourselves into honor council and collected and paid $125 apiece to buy a new bed. On top of that, our parents were notified. Hi, Jessie, what do you know? Are your spirits dragging? Are you feeling low? If so, come on and sing with us. Listen to tales from years gone by, and soon your spirits will start to fly. Another tale took place in '57, the year that I was a freshman. Now, you know that the dorms were women only. That of course, Georgia State College for Women, GSCW. And the rule was no men allowed, of course, unless he was a man that went to fill the Coke machine or he was a handyman. That was the only way that he could get on the hall. Well, they were supposed to announce whenever they were on the hall, man on the hall, in a nice loud voice. Well, one day, during orientation on a hot summer day, I had to run back to my room and get something. I have no idea what. But there was this man on the hall, and I was just, flabbergasted. He was just man on the hall, and he was saying, hi, Jessie, what do you know? Are your spirits dragging? Are you feeling low? If so, come on and sing with us. Listen to tales from years gone by, and soon your spirits will start to fly.
In 1959, when I was a sophomore, I lived in Ennis Hall, and one night, in the middle of the night, we were awakened by a scream, just a piercing scream, and everybody just went to the door and started looking out. Then we heard footsteps running down the hall. Nobody knew what was happening. And then what had happened was one of the girls, big strong girl, had waked up and saw a man standing over her roommate with what looked like a knife. And then, as I said, she was a big strong girl, and she chased the man. Because when she screamed, he started running, and he went down the side stairs, and she was chasing him, and she twisted her ankle. So then, by then, the commotion had waked up the housemaid, and she grabbed the girl and said, let's go to the infirmary, with the man still around somewhere. But then, we all were out in the hall and scared. I mean, what has happened with a man trying to kill us? And we said, oh my goodness, we better get Dr. Robert E. Lee, who was our president, to come over and protect us because the hospital was gone. And so he came over and settled us down, and we just were very pleased. But what they found out later was that this was a man who was a patient at the mental hospital, and he had escaped. And he broke in. Well, and he'd have to be crazy to break in a girl's dormitory.
Hi, Jessie, what do you know? Are your spirits dragging? Are you feeling low? If so, come on and sing with us. Listen to tales from years gone by.
In 1967, when I first came to Georgia College, it was a long, long time before cell phones had been invented. And we only had one telephone per floor. In fact, these ladies tell me that when they were here, there was only one telephone for both floors. So when the phone rang, whoever was closest had to pick the phone and answer it, and then run down the hall or run downstairs to yell at the name of the person who'd gotten the call. And if the person was there, they took the call. If they didn't, the answerer may leave a note, maybe not, maybe she'd say, I'll tell her later. And often, the person just had a rumor that she might have had a phone call, but they didn't know who it was from. And of course, if we wanted to make a call out, we had to put her name on a list and wait. And if there were a couple of very long-winded people, well, that was just too bad. We just waited and waited. And of course, since you were talking in the hallway on that one phone, there wasn't a lot of privacy, so we all knew each other's business pretty much. We all knew who was getting a lot of calls and who wasn't, and who the calls were from. And of course, if there was one guy dating more than one woman on the dorm, there was an issue.
That's why I never called.
Start to fly. And then there's dorm living. 1966 highfalutin freshman dorm living. Furniture, wood grain, but with a slight metallic sheen. Makes a great sound when you try to close a drawer. Highfalutin freshman dorm living. Air conditioning? No, none, nada. So you keep those windows open all through those long, hot, humid southern nights and listen to the courthouse clock strike the hour, the quarter hour, the half hour, the three-quarter hour, the hour. I've got 4 tests tomorrow. Highfalutin freshman dorm. But your laundry's done, wrapped in brown paper, stiff as a board, initialed with a black felt tip pen. That's what I call dorm living. Highfalutin freshman dorm living. Hi, Jessie, what do you know? Are your spirits dragging? Are you feeling low? If so, come on and sing with us. Listen to tales from years gone by, and soon your spirits will start to fly. So come on and sing with us.
You remember when? We waited at the doors for the doors to open so we could eat family style. Standing behind our chairs until the blessing was said. Having the same waitress every day for the whole year. Wearing breakfast dresses and curlers. Eating shingle toast. Grilled cheese sandwiches in the SU on Saturday morning. Wearing church clothes to Sunday lunch. Don't forget your sack lunch.
Hi, Jessie, what do you know? Are your spirits dragging? Are you feeling low? If so, come on and sing with us. Hi, Jessie, what do you know? Hi, Jessie, what do you know? Are your spirits dragging? Are you feeling low? If so, come on and sing with us. Hi, Jessie, what do you know? Are your spirits dragging? Are you feeling low? If so, come on and sing with us. If so, come on and sing with us. Hi, Jessie, what do you know? Are your spirits dragging? Are you feeling low? If so, come on and sing with us. You've listened to tales of years gone by. Now your spirits will start to fly.